had a specific question earlier while I was at the booth, and I felt like this would be a great time to show that, is how do I segment my prospects? How do I carve my prospects out? Do I need to get another database? Do I need to make this change? And the answer is no, because your database is designed obviously to house everything from your clients to your prospects. And then we give you the ability to segment those out and create what we call a Quik list. And Quik lists are dynamic lists of your clients based on a search parameter. And that search parameter can be anything. It can be a keyword. It can be a status like active client. It could be a category like prospect. Any way that you want to create that segmentation. So the way you would do that is come over. We're going to just run a simple search based on the information that already exists in the CRM. So we'll do a contact search. And for this one, we'll go ahead and we'll use status because I want to pull out all of my prospects in this case. And we'll select equal to. We'll give it a value of prospect. And then from there, we can run that search. And then what this will do, based on the pre-organization that exists in your database already, that's going to automatically pull up that list of all of our prospects. And then you see we have the ability right beside it to save that as a Quik list. And as I mentioned, this is a dynamic list. So in the future, when you guys are creating your prospects or adding new prospects, they'll automatically become a part of this list. So that's what I mean by dynamic, is you don't have to continuously keep rerunning these lists and rebuilding them. So as long as you're using that status of prospect, that list grows and it changes based on new prospects being added. And in addition to adding them, once we convert them to a client, they're no longer a part of that list. The way that you would access these lists once you have them all saved would be right over here where you can see our lists. We can click on those Quik lists. And this is where you would actually navigate directly to that list of prospects that we have. So if we were to click on that, then we're going to have that list of our prospects, which this list actually has a little bit more definition, so you can see that it was saved with a second search. So it's not only prospect, but it's our hot prospects. So it's searched around a status and a category both. And you guys have the ability to go ahead and create that. And then, of course, marketing looks the exact same, because while we're in advanced search, we have access to each and every one of those bulk options. We can send it to Marketing Library. We can send out those newsletters. We can campaign to them based on whatever criteria that we're using. So it could be anything from keywords to statuses to categories that we're running these searches and building these groups inside our CRM on. And then everyone knows that sales matters most when we're doing the right thing for the right person at the right time. So we're not marketing based on a spray and pray mentality, just throwing something at the wall and hoping that it sticks. This is meaningful. These are things that you guys have in place in the CRM, and you're able to build lists and groups around those. So really what I want to do now is I want to take you guys through kind of an onboarding process, if you will, and talk about integration and how the CRM can help with that. So when we go in, and we'll just pull up one of these prospects right quick. So when we're in a prospect, you can see that we're going to have basic information on them. And this information is where we're able to begin conversations with these prospects. So whether we've been marketing to them, making phone calls, now they're in the office. So I want you guys to think about that, what your whole process looks like. And I want you to think about automating that process from the standpoint of a workflow. So everything that you would do when we're meeting with our prospects, we can automate the attachment of those tasks. So we can set up appointments, we can do our phone calls, we can schedule around the day of the meeting, and then the things, of course, that have to happen once the meeting is over, and we're moving the client or the prospect to a client. And that's where workflows can help you guys out with that. But the integration, in addition, while we have that client inside the office, right at the top toolbar, you can see that we have integrations. So while the client is sitting there inside the office, we can actually navigate down to Quik Forms, and all we have to do is click that, and then we get a simple send to. So not only can you find the client in Quik Forms and bring them out of RedTail, if you're already in RedTail, you have a simple send to button where we can push all of this prospect data to pre-populate those forms. In addition to that, while they're sitting in our office, they're obviously a prospect. Maybe we're looking at a 401k rollover, and that's really all that we know that they have at the moment. But we can go ahead and go back to those integrations. We can navigate down to MoneyGuidePro here, and we have the ability as well to send this information out to MoneyGuidePro. And we can pre-populate that one account that we know they have, right? And then once we do that, we can create that really quick, high-level financial plan based on that account. And because you only know they have one account, that Monte Carlo meter that you get with MoneyGuidePro, the probability of success naturally kind of falls more toward the negative side, because we don't see everything holistically when we're just talking about a rollover account. And maybe they haven't given you guys all of your information, but seeing a negative result will absolutely lead them to share more information. And as well, a couple of things is what comes back. As you guys can see right here, we have those Money Guide reports so that we can go ahead. Once we've created that financial plan, we can actually view those reports from the client record here. And then we also get that Monte Carlo meter that comes back into the CRM from MoneyGuidePro. Now I want to move into what this looks like. We've submitted our paperwork. We now have a client and we have an account. And I want to get into a contact. I'll go ahead and show you guys a contact that has some accounts right quick. So now we've got all of the accounts from the clients and their client, and we're able to have that data come in from Allbridge. And once we have that data pushed in from Allbridge, we can navigate over to those accounts, and then we can view each of those accounts. So you can add accounts manually for those accounts that don't come over, like our life insurance, disability. You see I've got some examples there.
Where they want to be. And the way we use our flow in the software is designed to help you get there. We help everything come together inside of the financial plan. And honestly, even though it's a little bit of a learning curve, but not much, we actually, once you implement, make your job a lot easier in getting all of the business. One of the other things that's important, look at the bottom, it says help address DOL and best interest requirements. If you haven't heard, and I was talking about this on the conference call last week, DOL is DOA. Okay? It is. Something else will be coming, though. It will. You know that. Clients want that fiduciary level of care. They want best interest. Now with DOL being gone, what's going to fill the gap is the question. With MoneyGuidePro, we're able to help you get there. Why MoneyGuidePro? Client-identified concerns that can help position your solutions and advice. Interactive and engaging for the clients. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this simply because we're going to go through this demo, and I want to make sure Marissa has her time. So now Marissa is going to come on up with Pershing.
Awesome, thank you. Good morning. I got a good chuckle this morning. I might have overheard somebody say, oh, 2 hours. I got to hear about Pershing technology for 2 hours. Luckily, it's not just about Pershing. Obviously, there's some really critical tools here that you're going to hear about more today that really help power your business and drive growth. What I'm going to be focused on is NetX 360 and Allbridge Wealth Reporting. NetX 360, where you can place trades, where you can open accounts, how you get your business done. I travel throughout the country. I talk to hundreds and thousands of advisors throughout the year. And yes, Richard, it's not my first rodeo. And so a lot of the advisors I talk to don't really know the power of 360 and Allbridge, what it can do. And so I wanted to spend a few minutes just talking about not only is it the place where your business is held and where you do process that business and onboard new clients, there's also a lot of really amazing analytical things that you could be using to really measure yourself and benchmark yourself against your peers. We've invested a significant amount of money in technology. Just this year alone, BNY Mellon invested $2 billion, and almost $400 million is going to support our technology initiatives, whether that's innovation, strategic things, partnership with our clients, things that they're looking for to enhance the platform. And we're actually partnering, as Ben said, and focused around artificial intelligence. So there are going to be tools that you're going to be able to use in the coming months that will allow you to really help facilitate conversations with your clients. So what are they thinking? Has their behavior changed? And you're kind of probably like, how does Pershing know that? Well, we have a lot of data coming into our platform, and with the Allbridge integrations, we're getting data from hundreds of sources. And on top of that, census data. So we've actually been analyzing all this data for years, and we're going to be able to provide you front-end modules that actually show you different behaviors about your clients. Are they thinking of leaving you? Is something in their life about to happen? So if you haven't stopped by the booth and visited Chris and Len and Tina, they actually can show you some of these modules. And we're going to actually spend a lot of time going through a demo today focused on some of the reporting aspects, but 360 is just a really, really powerful tool, and we're constantly looking at new ways to provide you visualization around what's happening in your book of business. Also, it's a multi-channel experience. So I talk to at least a handful of advisors at every conference that say, you guys have a mobile app? Yes, it's 2018 and we do have a mobile app. So we want to support you in how you want to do business, where you want to do business. So as Ben alluded to, if you're here at the conference and you're tired of hearing from me and you get an email from your client and you peer down, you want to place a trade, you want to submit a check request, you're able to go into the mobile app at any time, 24/7. So it's available as a native app in the Apple or Android store. So you can log in. It's the same login and password that you use for NetX 360 when you're in the office on your desktop. And in addition, there's some other really cool features and aspects about 360. You'll see here integration. So if you want to access MoneyGuide, if you want to access RedTail, you can do that through the app. If you want to look at your holdings and balances, say your client hands you a check. Like, these are great things that you can do on the go when you're not in the office. And so we want to give you that transparency, and we want to be able to give you that mobility. Also, as we talk about other integrations, there's some really other amazing tools. And so Pershing today really prides ourselves on being open architecture. And we know that we're not the center of the universe. We don't have all the tools that you need, which is why we've opened up our doors to really partner with some leading integrations. And I will say the ones that you have up here are best in class. So you guys are blessed to be able to have, at your fingertips some amazing technologies, and we're lucky and fortunate to partner with them too. So let's dive into wealth reporting. So how many today are using Allbridge wealth reporting? Just by a show of hands. Okay, so maybe a third. So I actually started my career at BNY Mellon on the Allbridge line of the business. So I would consider myself a subject matter expert. Len may disagree, but so I've done a lot of presentations about Allbridge, and the reports are fantastic. There is, yes, a lot of them. There's probably about 51 reports in the catalog. But you don't have to use every report. I think what's most important is talking to us, allowing us to consult with you on what kind of clients do you typically serve? What are they really looking for? What do they want to talk about in a meeting? And we can help tailor the conversation and the right reports for that purpose. We've really kind of taken a step back and said, what do we want the next generation of client meetings to look like? And so we've developed what's called our portfolio dashboard. So remember, this is multi-custodial view. This is, if your client has direct held positions, mutual funds, annuities, you've got what's on platform with Pershing, all of that's going to feed into this front end screen. So we have advisors now in their office which are literally using an iPad and saying, here's how you're doing, here's how you're performing, here's the asset allocation of your portfolio. We've got others that will plug this into a laptop, maybe have a monitor in their office. So when you think about attracting and retaining some of the younger generations of clients, this is really what they're looking for. They kind of want that digital experience, whereas some of your clients are still going to want that paper-centric experience. So you do have both options to serve the clients that are kind of in that split view of how they want to have that conversation with you and know what they're doing. So this is the interactive dashboard. It's all adaptive, so you can use it on any device, any browser, and it will take on the look and feel and size based on the device that you're using. And this is just an example of some of the reports. So you'll see here they're all in landscape. The charting, the coloring, we've spent a lot of investment over the last few years updating the reports. The reports I had to show 6-7 years ago did not look this pretty. So we did actually put a significant investment in updating kind of the overall look and feel, really simplifying the layout. And again, we can show you, and we'll show you a little bit in the demo, kind of how you can tailor some of these reports to really meet the needs and the conversations that you need to have. Because not every client's going to want to see our portfolio risk and return report. Some are just going to kind of want to see that basic snapshot. So we've got a really nice set of one-page overviews, which kind of give your clients a really nice picture of how they're doing across all of the assets that you manage for them. The other thing I'll close with before I turn it over to Steve is Allbridge. It really helps drive growth. When you think about the time that it saves, you know, you don't have to spend hours going to different websites, pulling down all these statements, kind of figuring out what you're managing for this client, what they have outside. The other key thing is we partner with some third-party screen scraping tools. So don't think about this holistic view as just what you're managing. You and your clients can pull in other things through a screen scraping type of tool that pulls it directly from a website. So talk about the power of being able to see all that data. It really opens up the door to a lot of other opportunities with your clients. So I appreciate the time that you're giving us today to learn more about this. I look forward to the demo part of the conversation. But with that, Steve, why don't you come on up?
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure for SigniX to be here. We're a brand new vendor for electronic signatures. I don't know how much we can talk about a signature. It's real exciting. Fund meter's probably redlining out there, I know. But real quickly, they're not all created the same. So we'll tell you a little bit about SigniX and then turn it over to Austin to talk about forms. So we are the leading cloud-based digital signature provider in the country. If you want to learn more about the difference between a digital signature and electronic signature, you can come visit me at the booth. It's riveting. But most importantly for you in the room, we are seamlessly integrated into NetX 360. So if you're onboarding clients to the Pershing platform, you don't have to leave NetX 360 to have your clients electronically sign those new account forms. They can be anywhere in the world on any device. As long as they have an internet connection, they can sign those forms and fill them out. We also have a standalone solution that's integrated with Quik forms that Austin will talk a little bit more about for your non-Pershing business. So you can still be paperless for direct business to mutual fund sponsors or annuities. Independent permanent legal evidence. And this is really what makes SigniX a little different. And it's the reason Pershing chose to integrate with us for their client onboarding system. It simply means that you own the document. So 15 years from now, heaven forbid, you have to defend that signature that's on a document. You don't need to come back to us for any of that evidence. You have it right there as a part of that PDF form. You own it. And hopefully we're still in business in 15 years, but who knows what's going to happen. So it's nice to know that you have everything you need forever to defend that signature. Because of that security and that evidence that we provide, we're heavily focused in heavily regulated areas, primarily wealth management. A little logo slide. We are the e-signature provider for some of the largest independent broker-dealers. Obviously, our relationship with Pershing helps there. But a lot of your competition, again, are using electronic signatures, making things more convenient for their client. With electronic signatures, we say everybody benefits, everybody wins. It's easy for the broker-dealer to roll out and get started with. The advisor wins, less NIGOs. Richard, and that's not in good order, forms. Richard told me that you guys don't have NIGOs. I was a little bit skeptical at first, but after hearing him rap last night, I know he would not tell me a story like that. So you have more time, less time with paperwork, more time to better serve your clients. And the client has a better experience when they're onboarding to you. It makes it easier for them. And that's kind of becoming an expectation. It's no longer a nice to have, it's a need to have for your clients. They expect it today. So everybody wins, and again, they can sign anywhere on any device as long as they have an internet connection. We're looking forward to begin, hopefully, a long relationship. and we appreciate your time. Thanks a lot. I'm going to turn it over to Austin now.
My name's Austin. I am a sales engineer with Quik. I'm going to tell you a little about who we are and what we got coming for you guys this summer. 84% of organizations around the world still run on paper forms. Here I thought we were in the year 2018. I think you can all relate to that warm, fuzzy feeling you get walking into the DMV, getting handed a stack of paperwork, filling it out, maybe crossing out mistakes, running out of ink, turning it in, and maybe you get it handed back to you because you forgot to sign something. It's the worst. I know you feel that pain in financial services world too. Paperwork is annoying. It's everywhere. But it is important, and it's a necessary evil. That's where we come in. At our core, we want to give you your time back that filling out forms has been sucking away to focus on what matters to your business. We want you to open accounts faster. That means you open more accounts. That means your business grows. We also want to eliminate any kind of rejections you might get from forms, not in good order. We talked about NIGOs a little bit. We work hard to eliminate all those. We always provide the most up-to-date form possible, so it's always working the same way every time. We also integrate directly with SigniX. Shout out to Steve telling us a little bit about that. We think we have the easiest way to e-sign forms, and I'll show you how that works a little bit coming up here also. A few numbers we like to share. Tells you a little bit more about who we are. First one, 33,000. Over the years, we have built 33,000 forms in our library. That number continues to grow every week. So American Fund forms, Charles Schwab, Pershing, actually just about all the companies here, we have your forms. And if we don't have the ones you're looking for, please find me, Jared, afterwards. We're happy to add them to our libraries. 450,000 fields. Now this is a very big number. It could be maybe hard to wrap your head around. What it means is you can pre-fill the vast majority of your forms with information automatically from RedTail. That's only possible when you define this high number of fields like we have. Makes sure that every form works the same exact way every time. You always get the latest version again. That's all possible with the fields that we define. A couple really big numbers. This one's a little bit easier to understand. One, our customers combined save 1 tree's worth of paperwork every hour of every day. And we actually did the math. That's not just some number we made up. We've even gone a step further. We actually plant a tree every hour of every day with a nonprofit we partnered with. So I don't know, just a fun fact we like to share. How this all comes together. Well, we're calling it the Quik Forms app. This is a browser-based application coming this summer in a pilot. It really is the culmination of 16 years of fine-tuning all of our software development, all of our technology into one really easy-to-use system to get forms, fill them out faster than anything else out there. And actually, we don't have a demo to share quite yet, still under development, but much to the dismay of our product managers, I have infiltrated the vaults. I have a few screenshots I'm going to share with you, show you a little bit how it works. So I'll show you that right now. So this is the app. It's, again, browser-based. You log in on any browser, so Firefox, Chrome. That means you can use it on any device, Macs, PCs, tablets. Let's say you just logged in, and the first step is searching for the forms you need. So in this case, we want to open a few Pershing accounts for Johnny Cash. So on the left, I have searched for Pershing forms. On the right, I have my form search results. I picked a few of those that I know I'm going to need. You can see at the bottom there the selected forms in the basket. It's kind of like an Amazon cart. Once you have your forms, move to the next step. That is adding client data from RedTail. So on the left, again, you search for all the people you have in your RedTail CRM that you know you want to pre-fill onto these forms. So in this case, I know Johnny Cash is going to be the owner of these accounts. I searched for his name on the left, clicked it, added him as owner 1, went through the list of a few more people I wanted to know that I wanted to pre-fill onto these forms. So for example, James Dean is the minor, Donnie Smart's one of the beneficiaries, etc. Once you have everyone assigned to the different roles on the form, we're ready to move to the last step. That is launching your forms. So you can see the 3 Pershing forms I selected at the beginning, down there in the bottom right-hand corner. They've all been generated together in the same bundle. You can see in the main window there, all of Johnny Cash's information has been pulled from my RedTail account, pre-filled onto the form automatically into the correct spaces. I even looked up, that is his actual address. I wanted to make sure this was very accurate. Can't say the same about his social security number, but I think you get the point. At the top there, we have some buttons. So if you want to take this form from your browser, you want the PDF of it, you click print. It downloads that PDF. From there, you can print it out, maybe save it to your computer, whatever you need to do. Also, that red sign button. So this is where we integrate with SigniX. It's really simple. You click sign, you type in the name and email of every person you want to e-sign these forms, click send, whole process fires off. It all begins automatically. As a reminder, you can e-sign American Funds forms, variable annuities, most insurance forms. A lot of that direct business can all be e-signed with SigniX, and it's a very simple way to do it. That's really the whole basic process, 3 steps. Search for the forms you need, pre-fill the information from RedTail, e-sign. We're really proud of how it's all shaping up. Again, the pilot is launching this summer, so if you're interested in joining, please find me or Jared afterwards. We'd be really excited to get you started on this. And that's about all I got. Thank you so much.
I'm Jennifer from MarketingPro. Many of you are used to seeing Peter Montoya, our president. He's been here, I think he's been here probably the last 5 or 6 years. So I'm a little younger, improved version of Peter. Don't tell him I said that. So I'm here today, but I am going to share a funny video with you guys later, so you'll get a little of Peter here today, even though he's not here. So just an overview of what we do in case you guys are not familiar. We have 2 levels of service. Basic level is called Marketing Library. We are basically the marketing communication tool that you guys need to stay in touch with your clients and prospects on a regular basis. The basic level of service we have is called Marketing Library. It's pretty much the do-it-yourself model. You log in, you find the marketing content you want, you download it, send it out yourself. We are linked with your compliance department seamlessly, so there's a little button, you click on it, submits it to your compliance department, and Capital's wonderful compliance officers will approve it for you in a timely fashion so you can then send it out to your clients. Our upgraded level of service is called MarketingPro. This is the completely automated version of Marketing Library. So we had those reps that said, hey, I love your content, but I don't want to log in every Monday morning to download the economic update. Can't you just send it for me? So we developed MarketingPro, which is the completely automated version. We will submit it to compliance, get it approved, send it out to your clients for you, set it and forget it. You guys don't even have to do anything once your campaign is up and running. In terms of content, just to give you an overview, and really this is just an overview of the content, we have things like weekly, monthly, quarterly economic updates. We have retirement newsletters, millennial newsletters, lifestyle newsletters. We have a legislative newsletter. We have client letters, invitations. I mean, literally any type of communication you could ever want to send to a client, we've created it. So don't recreate the wheel on your side. If you guys think, oh, I need to write a letter to my client and bringing a new client on board, use our library. Everything's been written by a professional copywriter, and most of it's already been approved by compliance, and if not, it's a simple click of a button. With MarketingPro, you can automate campaigns, things like birthday cards. We actually have our own in-house print shop, so you can print and mail birthday cards to your clients in your actual handwriting. So we have a sophisticated software that captures your handwriting, your signature, so you can turn it on, you can choose the designs that you like, and depending on their age, they get a different birthday card, and a husband and wife would not get the same card twice. We also custom design an email template for you, so any email campaigns will go out on a nicely designed email template with your picture, your logo, and looks very professional. Again, the handwriting font is kind of fun, just so that any cards that you send out in the mail, even though they're hard copy, they are in your own handwriting. Social media, we offer a library of social media content, and we also offer an upgrade called Social Media Automation, which allows you to automate your presence on social media. So you can basically say, okay, every Monday at 5 o'clock or noon, or every Wednesday at 2, you specify the date and time, and we will post a compliance-approved social media post on your allowed social media site. So that's a nice tool for you.
Jennifer, she did a great job at highlighting a lot of what MarketingPro is able to do. And I'm going to show you from a marketing standpoint now how RedTail can actually help you simplify a lot of things. And so the first thing we'll do, since we're on this page, is I want to talk about some of our automated reminders inside the CRM. So what our CRM will give us an automated reminder based on data fields. We can do birth dates, we can do client reviews. If we look over in the right-hand corner here, if we were to check and look at the filters, we can filter each of these out. And based on the data that exists in the CRM, you're going to get a reminder. And then each of these reminders, we can actually look at the reports. From the reporting side, we can navigate to each of these clients individually and work the lead. And we're going to I want to stick with birth dates since you guys saw Jennifer talk about those birth date cards, and I'll show you guys how this integration actually works. So if we go down to reports and click on those reminder reports, navigate over to the birth date reminders, this is going to give me that exact same report, or the report that you saw on the today's page in that reminder section. And then we have multiple options. So our options are all in the right-hand corner, so we can filter this out. If we were to look at this report and see what those reminders are based on, and we can see they're 30 days past due. So maybe let's just run a couple of changes right quick, apply some filters so I can see my birth dates up and coming in the next 2 weeks, and that's going to narrow that list down significantly. So if I wanted to reach out to these clients, obviously we can make a phone call. We can send them a mail merge, but I want to keep on the track of integration here and show you guys what we're able to do with these reports. So I have the option send to search right over in the upper right-hand corner. So if I do that, that's actually going to take this report and it's going to remove it to the advanced search section of the CRM. And the reason we want to do that is because we can then highlight all of these contact records, come over into these contact options and click bulk actions. And this is actually going to give us access to our integration partners. So from here, we can actually create the document and send out, so she was showing you that birth date card right from the CRM. So once you have those integrations turned on, you're in essence sending this group of contacts into MarketingPro to create that campaign, and it's done that easily.
So I was telling them it's been about 25 years since I've stood in front of any kind of audience and done any big speech. So if I'm shaking or not following along, bear with me. But Richard and Ben had asked if I would just kind of come up to tell you all that I've actually been using every single thing that has been presented here today. So from RedTail down through Albridge, down through, I've used MarketingPro. I mean, you name it, I've used it. The only one I haven't really used is Quik, but I guess we don't really have it yet, so there's no way that I could. So I'll just tell you guys a little bit about my practice and how these technology features make things really super efficient. My office is nothing more than myself and an assistant in a lease space in a bank. We manage $50 million. Half of it's in managed money and the rest is mutual funds and annuities. So we do a little bit of business like probably everybody in the room. See there, I go get nervous, but I'm trying to picture y'all naked. So kind of the cornerstone of our practice, in my opinion, is RedTail. I've said to Amy that if it's not in RedTail, it didn't happen. Everything starts with RedTail. Everything ends with RedTail. Amy could vouch for if she asked me for notes on a client, like a C-share policy or whatever, she gets a book back. That's all in RedTail. It's easy and it's documented and it's there. With RedTail, we use it for assigning tasks. I don't have to shout down the hall, hey, Amy, will you do this? I just make that task and put her name on it, and it automatically pops up on her what to do today screen. So that's pretty neat stuff. But it also keeps all of our calendars. Let's see. I know what she's doing all the time because everything she does, she has to put in RedTail. That's pretty neat because you sometimes wonder, what is my assistant doing over there? You know, but you can go in and look and you go, oh, today she did 14 RMDs, she did this, she did that, and that's really neat. Keeping, I call it a kill list, that's what I started calling it, but that's like our opportunities reports, any of our prospects, any of our clients, any opportunity that we have to make revenue in the future, it's in there and it has different sales stages until it closes, so you kind of know what you're doing with that. Of course, all of our notes for compliance and things that I can't remember. Whenever I talk to a client, I'll usually put something that we discussed in our appointment so that the next time I talk to them, I can come back and go, hey, how's your little puppy that you got doing? That just makes them feel good, like they're, I remembered something about them that I would have never remembered if I didn't read that note. We also, I noticed you didn't mention anything about your email hosting, but I do my email through RedTail as well, so that everything is integrated. Every time you send a client an email, it stays in that client's file. You can see everything for years and years and years. So pretty neat stuff. Some of the coolest stuff is integration. So starting with a prospect or a client, we have all their information in RedTail. You want to open an account. Y'all have, not everybody saw the video, but using RedTail, I can open a joint account in 2 minutes on the Pershing platform. So those types of integrations, to me, are priceless, time savers, good stuff. So, NetX 360. I like NetX 360. We use it for client onboarding. The dashboard kind of tells Amy what to do administratively every day. She can just open that up and it says, here's the things you got to do for your accounts. Pretty simple. Some of my favorite things are the block trading. To me, that's kind of the holy grail of my practice, is to be able to go in on my managed accounts and trade 115 accounts in one button. It takes 3 minutes to model a trade, put it in, execute, you're done. So love the block trading if you haven't looked at that. Householding of statements. Is everybody householding statements? Your clients come in with like 14 pieces of mail in their hands? They are? If your clients are coming in and all their statements are coming in different packages, Richard and I work together to kind of design the summary page, and you can go into the householding there in NetX, get your statements all to come in one package with a nice summary page. That's pretty cool stuff. Albridge, I can't imagine not having Albridge. It shocks me to hear that so few people are using it. That's everything that I do when a client walks into my office is Albridge. So, I mean, I have, she was showing you can make your customized reports. I use 3 different pages, the holdings, the snapshot, and the asset allocation. Client comes in, we discuss the allocation. I show them a couple charts to talk about what the market's been doing. Go to the holdings, any recommendations that I have are written right there ahead of time, and the client kind of has to take them, so works out pretty good from there.